Yo, what's up, Guardians? My name is XCalion, and it is January 5th, 2022. This is going to be one of my first real clips of the year, so I'm pretty excited to be able to show you guys something that Banshee is selling that you may want to pick up. And I'll tell you why, but I'm looking at this specific Seventh Seraph Officer Revolver. Now, you might look at this and think, well, there's nothing super great about that. Timed payload is not super preferable to like other perks like explosive payload or something, but that's actually very important, and not for the reason you might think. I wouldn't get this for PvP, okay? Like, I have my kinetic 180 hand cannon. That's my Survivor's Epitaph. You know, I'm not going to use a Seventh Seraph Revolver in PvP. I just have no reason. But this perk right here, let's say if Overload champions come back with hand cannon mods next season, or any of the seasons after that, timed payload is very, very important. Because whenever you shoot an Overload champion with a weapon that's got timed payload, that counts as 2 shots. And most of the time, that is enough to proc the Overload, right? So if you're using Overload rounds on Overload hand cannon, something like this, and you shoot an Overload champion, the initial impact counts as damage, and then the explosion, like a second later, or whatever, how long it is, not quite a second, it also counts as damage. So 1 shot's enough to proc Overload. So I'm a super huge fan of this. I have one already in my vault, and whenever Overload hand cannon comes around, it's one of my favorite things to use. And as you can see, I've got almost 1,000 kills with this thing. That's basically because of using this in higher end activity, masters, grandmasters, stuff like that. Anything where there's Overload hand cannon, I bust this thing out and it's good to go. Not to mention, honestly, Seventh Seraph Officer Revolver is just one of the sexiest hand cannons in the game. Like, it really is. It's just good looking. So yeah, check it out. It's something good you might want to add to your collection. Everything else is kind of meh. Decent Seventh Seraph CQC shotgun, decent. Not great, but it's decent. Lead from Gold is still a very, very good perk. But having the snapshot accurize with small bore and a handling masterwork, not too bad if you weren't fortunate enough to pick up the one that he sold a few weeks ago. It's solid, but that's going to do it for me, guys. Godspeed.